With the end of November coming, I got thinking recently, why do I love JRPGs? They are my favorite subgenre of the RPG genre, and they hold an extremely special place in my heart. I am so thankful to have played so many of them, and if you clicked on this video, I'm sure that is the case for yourself. Odin here. It's time to answer a question. What JRPGs am I thankful for? But before I get started, let's get that limit break gauge up by liking, subscribing, and most importantly, hitting that notification bell for future content. Now, without further ado, let's get on with it! One of my very first Nihon Falcom titles was Ys. I remember seeing the name and questioning how to pronounce the game. Ys? Is? Yes? Nope, it was Ys. This game made a huge lasting impression on me. The combat was fresh, it was fluid, exploration mattered, side quests were fun, and gadgets or items gained throughout your journey were useful. It was an action-adventure game that I always wanted. If I had not stumbled upon this game while watching a YouTube feed, I would have probably passed on it. I am so thankful I gave it a go. Ys 8 stands as one of my favorite action JRPGs of all time. After playing Ys 8, I was floored at how good Nihon Falcom games were, but unfortunately, that was not the reason for playing Trails of Cold Steel. One day, after playing through what I believe was Persona 5, I needed another JRPG itch. I went to searching, and eventually, what came up was Trails of Cold Steel. I looked at the developer and I saw it was Nihon Falcom. Instant purchase. After playing through PS Now, of course. It wasn't even available on PS4 yet, but I anticipated that game so much. Trails of Cold Steel is a game that I am so thankful to have played, because it got me into all the Trails games. I played through Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 2, and went back to play the games prior to it. It was that impactful, and I needed more. This series should not be slept on. One of my very first Final Fantasy games I ever played was Final Fantasy X. My cousin at the time had the game, and I remember thinking, whoa, this game not only looks pretty, it looks super fun. The only turn-based game I played was Pokemon, and it immediately caught my interest because of how the combat played out. The combat was engaging, the story was gripping, and the music was chef's kiss. Like Nihon Falcom music, Final Fantasy music is in its own league. I remember beating Final Fantasy X and going, there's 9 more of these games prior to this? Then I played Final Fantasy VII because it was also at my cousin's house. I am so thankful I got to play 10 first. It is such an incredible game. During college, I remember asking my roommate at the time, is there any JRPGs you recommend? I was in my own content drought, so I was craving more games. That was when I was recommended to play Xenoblade Chronicles. I played it on his Wii at the time, and I loved it. Between the characters, the story, music, and combat, it was all incredibly top tier. I was amazed at how amazing the game was. Sure, the side quests were pretty bad, and by bad I mean boring as hell, but the staggeringly impressive world made up for it. Not too long after, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was announced, and I immediately pre-ordered that game, skipping X. Mainly because both of us did not have a Wii U at the time, so we could not play it. I am so thankful that Xenoblade Chronicles was a game I played. That solidified Monolith Soft as my all-time favorite developers. They are truly top-notch. Putting Expedition 33 on here feels like cheating. With it being a Game of the Year contender and all, it is obvious I am so thankful to have given this game a shot. And honestly, if this game does not win, that will be freaking shocking. I originally slept on this game, but I remember seeing a Luke Stevens video on it and him boasting how good it was. Then I gave it a whack, and oh my god, it was memorable. Nothing about this game could be said without spoiling it. Whenever I showcase it, I have to use trailers only because it is so easy to spoil. The story, world, and characters are something to experience, and anything to jeopardize it is a crime. This game, being more than likely a Game of the Year winner, is something. Many people also believe that. It was genre changing. It showed that a smaller studio could compete against industry giants and accomplish their dream. They did not play it safe. They played their game. They made their game. A game I am so thankful to have played. My first exposure to Final Fantasy IV was on the DS, another recommendation from my roommate at the time. Honestly, a majority of this list could go to him as he really opened up my eyes regarding the genre. Final Fantasy IV, as a game, is incredible. This was the game that made me go, wow, SNES era Final Fantasy games slap! Then I went ahead and played other ATB style games like Chrono Trigger. Next game I need to play is Final Fantasy VI. You betcha, I am going to be playing that, and I will review it. Apart from the obvious things like the story and the combat, I really liked how the whole game was set up. It was basic in design, but extremely well done in execution. Plus, the music. All the old school games rock in that department. I am so thankful to have tried this game when I did. Otherwise, I may not have tried Chrono Trigger. I won't even go into that game much. It is unanimously known to be amazing. And the next one. Persona! You heard that right. Persona. Persona 5, as with many others, was my very first Persona game. I never even heard of this series before. And I was told from my guy, you guessed it, roommate, to give it a go. He played all of the games up to 5 and he was wildly anticipating it. Then I gave it a whack. Or could I say college try? What immediately stuck out to me was the art style. It was crispy, but it also had really engaging fusion systems. I had never experienced anything like this before. I beat the game and I was like, God damn, that was long. Is there more? That is when I also learned about Shin Megami Tensei. I then played Shin Megami Tensei 5 when it came out, and I was so happy about it. Looking back, I can say that I am so thankful for playing Persona 5. It showed me Atlus as a developer, and now I consider them to be one of the great JRPG studios. Check this one out. Another roommate recommendation. Fire Emblem Awakening. This game is so much fun to do theory crafting. Sure, the scenarios could have been better, just a bunch of root the enemy maps, but the builds are so much fun. This was the game that got me introduced to the Fire Emblem series. And after I played this, I went ahead and played Fates, Echoes, Three Houses, and then turned around to play the GBA titles like Blazing Blade and Sacred Stones. Fire Emblem Awakening is just one of those games that I will replay from time to time just to get that strategy itch and to make fun builds, which really takes an edge off of whatever's going on. I am so thankful to have played Awakening. Without playing that game, I would have missed out on so many great strategy RPGs. I remember seeing gameplay for YakuzaLikeaDragon and going, what the hell is this? Then I went ahead and bought it. It looked so hilarious, and damn right it was. I then dropped the game, unfortunately, to play Yakuza 0, as that was a game I saw to be the quote-unquote best starting point, and honestly, it was a great idea. So I did have to put it down, like I said. Many years later, 5 to be exact, I got around to playing it again, and I loved it. I actually went ahead and bought every single Yakuza game on a whim. And thankfully on sale, because oh my lord, that would have been very expensive. Like a Dragon reminds me that developers can stick to their gut, change things up, and still make a fantastic game in the process. I am so thankful to have tried Like a Dragon, because I probably would not have played Yakuza 0, and then went back to beat Like a Dragon. Now I'm playing through the whole series, and I am loving every single second of it. Last one on this list is Metaphor ReFantazio, the Atlus magnum opus. This game is a huge deal to me. I played this game during a huge US election, and it really hits home with what the story is trying to tell. The story alone should be a book that all people should read during their formative years. It was beyond memorable and leaves a lasting impression on how I should look at politics or elections moving forward. I won't go into much because spoilers, but I can certainly say this game rocks in every single department. Metaphor is by far one of my all-time greats, and I know so many people who played this game first and went back to play Persona 5 or Shin Megami Tensei. This is the game I could certainly say I am thankful to have played. It left a lasting impression, and it also served as a gateway for all of my friends. This was the game that got many of them into the JRPG genre, and I am so thankful for that. There you have my answer to what are 10 JRPGs I'm thankful for. JRPGs as a subgenre have games that are among my favorites of all time. There is a story to be told, experienced, and then thought about after playing each and every one of them. Not only does each one of those games offer a wildly different experience, but they also remind me as to why I love this genre. They offer variety, and that is just 10 of them. There are so many more I am thankful to have played. So, what JRPGs are you thankful for playing? Which games left a lasting impact on you? It does not even have to be in the JRPG genre. If you're thankful for playing any game, just drop it here. Please drop a comment and let's get that conversation going. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Odin here. Have a Zantetsuken day. Peace out.